For a twist on a delicious vegan chili recipe, this one has potatoes and rice. Other than that, the spices ensure it tastes like a familiar chili. This chili, because it has rice, just has a slightly different taste. But, I like trying new things, and this one actually freezes well. Hi, I'm GloryB, and this is GloryB-TV. I know my lights are flickering back here. They just started this morning. Now I have to call an electrician. But if you haven't subscribed yet, please click the subscribe button and then click the little bell to be notified. Well, how do you get notified about new videos that I post? Well, in your phone or tablet or on your computer in the upper right corner, there's a little bell. And if you tap it or click it, you'll get a drop down of the channels you subscribe to where you've clicked the bell to be notified. So it won't text you or email you or ping you in any way, but it will show in that drop down. So that's the best way to find out if I've uploaded a new video. But also, you can sign up to get my 3 pages of my best anti-aging tips. It's both food-oriented and skincare-oriented. I'm days away from turning 64 as I'm filming, so my diet plus my skincare have worked really well for me. I wanted to come on and give you this recipe for this chili. Now, one of the interesting things is it calls for 2 cups of dried kidney beans. So I cooked these up yesterday according to package directions, but I undercooked them a little bit because this is going to cook in a crock pot for 5 to 7 hours, this whole chili. So if you don't want to use dried beans and go through all that with cooking up dried beans ahead of time, you can use canned beans. Now, the recipe ingredients will all be listed in the description box below the video. To get to the description box, go below the video on a phone or tablet and tap the word more. After you tap the word more once, YouTube set it up so you have to tap more a second time. I don't know why. And then you can scroll down to where it says ingredients. So I'll list how many dried beans to measure out and how many canned beans to buy if you want to go with the canned version. So let's look first at some of the ingredients, and we're going to start with red bell pepper, green bell pepper, red potato, onion, 4 garlic cloves, and 1/2 cup of brown rice. Then we're on to the tomatoes. I use canned tomatoes, so you can buy whatever kind of diced tomatoes you want. And also, we're going to use some chili powder, vegetable broth, and then I'll add a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. I'm starting with the largest sauté pan I have. You see how big this is? Well, I have little hands. So if you don't have a sauté pan that's really big, then use a saucepan that has higher sides. I'm going to turn on the heat to medium-high, and I'm not using oil. I'm going to use some vegetable broth, so we'll heat that up. I'll add the onion first, and I'll sauté for 3 minutes. Now I'll add the garlic and sauté for 3 more minutes, making sure that the garlic doesn't burn, so I stir it frequently. Add a little more vegetable broth if it starts to dry out. After 3 minutes, I'm ready for the potatoes and both of the bell peppers. Give it a good stir and give it another 3 minutes. Now it's ready to go into the crock pot. I've already added the cooked beans, so now I'm going to add the cooked vegetables, the chili pepper, and I'm going to stir it to get all of that chili pepper incorporated. Now I'll add the rice. Give that a stir. The 3 cans of tomatoes. Mix that together. And 4 cups of vegetable broth. I know I mentioned salt and pepper earlier, but what I'm going to do is add the salt and pepper later. Now, don't forget to plug it in. Don't forget to turn it on. Done that before. We're going to turn it on low, and we're going to cook it for 5 to 7 hours. Now I'm going to check it in 5. After an hour, I decided that this should be on the high setting, not the low setting. And I have cooked this for the whole, 7 hours. And it's a little bit thin for me, but I know I'm going to refrigerate the whole thing overnight, and I know it's going to thicken up. But let's give it a taste test. All right, here I am with the taste test. It's more like a chili stew than, say, my basic chili recipe, but it's good. And of course, there's potato in here. The potatoes and the rice are what really needed to be finished. And the potatoes are cooked and the rice is cooked, so that's good. So, like I said, it's a little more soupy than my basic recipe, but it's going to thicken up tomorrow by being refrigerated overnight. I am going to freeze this though. So this is just another delicious option for chili without being a super thick, beany kind of dish. If you'd like to get my 3 pages of my best anti-aging tips, where I tell you about skincare, makeup tips, and some food tips, especially for your breakfast, go below the video in the description box and check out the link. It's at GloryB-TV.com/get-tips, and we'll send that right over to you. Then check out one of my other recipe videos by tapping its image on the right side of your screen, and I'll see you in the next video.